Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my City Skylines series, Fangchenggang region. Today we are in episode 25, and I'm right now realizing how far we actually came in this whole series. We've actually made 25 parts of it, and we've actually got quite a lot of things done in this whole series. So yeah, that's quite good, I would say, and I'm very proud about where we are with this series right now. But at first, hello, and hopefully you're all having a great day. And this was quite a jump into that episode, and I'm sorry for that, but I'm actually quite surprised by the fact that we've actually accomplished so many things in quite some time now, and how far we got already with the city. And there's still a lot to come, so don't be afraid of me ending the series, but it is just like that I wanted to say thank you that you all have kept being here and just kept watching the series, and just a huge thank you to you guys. We are 3 subs away from 400 subs, and this is just incredible, so thank you guys. And I'm just extremely happy with how this whole YouTube thing turned out for me, and how this whole city especially turned out, because I think this is one of my favorite series right now that I did, and I'm very happy with how it turned out and how it's still turning out. So I'm still reducing a lot for it, and I still love building in here. So this is just great for me, and I just love this Japanese style that I'm building right now. And with this said, I think I might actually come back to what I'm doing in the video, and this is a fish market. This is mainly one of the most Japanese things that I can think of, is doing a big fish market, and we're building it kind of very close to the sea. So it's actually kind of the sea plot there, and it is directly connected to the port later on and to the fishing area. So this is just basically the first area where you would buy the extremely fresh fish that came right off the boat. And yeah, this will be kind of in a smaller neighborhood, and this wouldn't be the best place to live because it would be extremely smelly, although it is kind of the outsides of the city. So what I mean with this, it is in a port, so you'd have there maybe some trucks driving there, but not too much traffic like you would have in the downtown. And this would be also the main point for the people to live in this area, because you would kind of have the advantage of not too many cars driving there. And yeah, there what I'm trying to do there is a small seafront, and for this one I first wanted to make something kind of like this path there, and it is a great looking path, don't get me wrong, but the problem with this is that it is CSUR, and when you zoom out a bit more it is disappearing, and this is not what I want to have, and that what I want to kind of see in my city, because then I would have some areas that would be looking kind of weird from above. So I've switched it off there. And there, as a first step, I've made it whole concrete, and don't be scared, it won't be kept like this. I just made this so that I could kind of assume for myself how it kind of will be looking like, so that I could kind of achieve the kind of detailing for another area even when this area isn't finished yet or even started to getting detailed. And this is just a common thing that I'm doing, just kind of to get it for myself good, and that I could get it good looking. Here I was kind of struggling with the steepness of this whole thing and the heights, but in the end it turned out quite well. And for this one also, I think one thing that helped this whole thing is getting another sand texture in, because this is more whitish and I can work more with it. Also, the nature that we're doing in this episode won't be kept, so I will be switching this off later on, but this was just the first idea, but it wasn't turning out how I wanted it to do, so this will be switched later on. Right now you can see me placing the first market assets and fishing areas and fishes. So these are just basically crates full of fish, and there's a lot of them, and they are just humongous. This whole area is extremely big. It is, I think, actually about 1/10 of the city right now, so it is extremely big for myself and for my standards. So this is just kind of a thing that I wanted to achieve there, to have this aspect of the real life in here. So basically also in Japanese cities you will find a lot of these fish markets, and they are extremely big and they're nearly humongous, and I just love them. And Also, probably what we should say about this whole fish market thing is that I've looked on Google Maps and the basic reference for this one was from Kyoto, and I thought about, yeah, this would be looking good, and I'm sorry for everyone that can speak Japanese and had to hear me pronounce this city, but it is over now, so you can relax now. But yeah, so what I was aiming there was quite a huge amount of these fishing plots, and then later on also we will be making it functional. What I mean with this is that we'll be adding in pathways, invisible ones, so that the people actually can be using it, and that you can also be seeing people moving there to the people generators that I've placed inside there, just kind of to get in some movement for this whole city and for this whole area. And I'm extremely happy with how this all turned out, actually. I'm very happy that it looks like it looks and that it is looking just so extremely cramped. And this just kind of is what I was aiming there for, and this is quite a cool thing to fill in a big area, and it is quite a lot of props, but I think it is okay because it is quite a high detailed area, and this will probably also be the area for our biggest bus stop in the whole city. It will also get on a train line, and so I thought about, yeah, this should be kind of a special point in the city. And therefore, already said two things to kind of spoilers. We'll be building a huge bus terminal there, and we'll be building a huge train network there, and it won't be the one that we built in the last episode. This one will be going above this one. And the reason for this is that the beneath one that will be going to the fish market will be kind of an... how should we call it? I think the best name would be an... well, in Austria we are calling them S-Bahn, so it's basically for the very close thing in the inside of the city. You have several small lines that are going just inside of the city, and the other one would be kind of an regional... not regional. It would be kind of a train that is also going to other cities and also a more rural area. In Austria we're calling them Regionalzüge, that's why I try to do something with regional, but this is a word that isn't there in the English language, so I'm sorry for that one, but yeah. You can also kind of hear them kind of out of my mind right now, and that I'm having a lot in my mind, but it's working out for me. It is quite a lot of positive stuff, but I've also started to work out, and so I've got way less time than I had before, but I can achieve one video per week, and this is quite fine for me because then I also have some time to spend with friends, and one video per week is the minimum that I wanted to do, and I can be kind of serving it to you in the next time without a problem. And also later on we might be going back to 2 videos a week once I've got more time, and I'm working right now, so this is basically one of the main reasons. So working out and going to my workplace and getting money there is another one, so this is basically the main reason why I don't upload 2 videos a week. But I think also 1 video a week is quite okay, because I'm trying to get the quality a bit better, and also the voiceover just to get it better and more fluently, and just kind of telling you what are my thoughts about building this. And in this episode we've also achieved something different. We achieved the 180 hours in this city, and I think we've achieved quite a lot of this whole thing, and I'm very happy with how it turned out. And I'm definitely wanting to stick to the city for quite some time from now on, and just kind of to fill in all the gaps and just make a huge city there. And this is the point where I just want to say thank you to all of you guys. You're incredible. We are 3 subs away from 400 subs, and it is incredible for me. It is just kind of 1 year ago I was sitting at I think 80 subs or something like this, and right now I'm here, so thank you. It means extremely much for me. It's just an honor for me to do this for you guys, and just to have you as my subs. It is incredible. So thank you for that, and it is just... I'm very happy about it, and I'm liking this quite a lot. And also I want to use this point to talk about how I want to proceed with YouTube, and this will be quite similar to now. So I will be keeping doing regular uploads, and I will be keeping doing my content that I'm doing right now, so basically city skylines. My city themes are everything, so my last one was European, my first one was American, now I'm Asian style, Japanese styled, and probably my next one will be kind of a desert city. So this is something that I've looked on an Instagram account called Whiskey? I think he's called like this. I will be linking him down in the description down below. And he's doing right now a desert build, and it's just incredible. It is extremely beautiful build, and it is extremely realistic. This guy's doing so many things in such a short time. So he was playing, I think, 1 week and was at the stat right now. So this guy is doing extremely good detail work. So he's a very cool guy, and I just love the content that he's doing on also the pictures that he's uploading to Instagram. They're just incredible. So here I'm doing just a small bush thingy here, and this won't be kept like this. There will be some changes to it, but this was just a try. I want to do it there at kind of a small forest, just to have this kind of green nature stuff that is calming people down, and this is just something that I wanted to do there. I'm very happy with the tree brush that I built, that I made, that I constructed, because it is just incredibly good. It is having pines and normal lush trees. This is perfect for kind of this Japanese Asian style city, because they have a lot of mixed things there and a lot of mixed nature stuff. So this was something that I thought it would be working out quite well, and yes, it's working out quite well. And yeah, so this video is right now going on for about 10 minutes, and this would be the point where I would appreciate if you've liked this video, I would appreciate if you'd give it a like. And also, if you want me to build me something specific, or if you want to see something special, then just write down in the comments down below. I'll be adding it to the list of stuff that I want to build in a city, and we will be building it. And normally I'm reacting to a comment within 24 hours. And yes, so this is just basically a thing that I would appreciate if you'd be doing, just kind of to see your feedback and see what you think about the stuff that I'm doing there and that I'm accomplishing in my city, and how you could get it even realistic. Or even if you're a person that is living there, is knowing something there, please hit me up. It's just great. And yes, so what I'm doing there is kind of a small, I would say it is a private lot for the fishermen that I just wanted to store the boats and maybe also some trucks of them. And just basically a small storage area here, a storage unit. And the reason for this is that it's very close to the fish market, and that a lot of the people that are selling the fish on the market, actually the fishermen that got the fish in the morning, and then they are selling it. And for this one I thought about this might be realistic to have it there. Oh, it's just some small cargo crates. My thoughts on them were that this might be one of the places where they would have kind of the storage units for them to get them shipped to another area, or maybe also get it loaded on a truck and get it into the country and into the countryside. So I thought about, yeah, this might be quite realistic, and I want to add it here. And there I'm just finishing up the detailing of the small lot there, and just getting in some basic construction houses, I think they're called, but I'm just using these as container homes, so maybe they have a small bed in there, maybe just some maintenance stuff, just like some tools, or maybe some planks or something like this. And yeah, so this was a very easy detailing, a very light detailing, and my thoughts on this one were that I already got some struggles once before with loading up the safe. I fixed them for now, but I think they might come back later on, so I have to see how I will be working with them and working around with them, because I'm right now using all of my 32 gigabytes of RAM, and so for this one I just need to kind of find a way for myself. What we're doing here is we're building a big parking lot, and the reason for this is this would be a very populated area later on, and parking lots would be quite a mess to park here. So I thought about we would make the people their lives easier with just placing in a parking lot here, because it isn't looking too ugly. It is looking kind of not too good, but I think it's looking okay. So I thought about, yeah, this might be realistic. Just throw it in there. It is adding in a lot of space, and it is just fixing in. And it is filling it in, and it is also quite a good looking for detailing. So I thought about, yeah, we would go along with it. Here I'm just copying the market stands and just adding them in, and then just adding some more fish stuff there. And yeah, so this whole fish market thing, I really enjoyed doing it. I had a lot of fun with it, and I just loved how it worked out and how it was progressing with it, because you could have seen a lot of progress for myself when I built it, because you immediately see the switches because they're quite big props. So if you're placing one, you can already see difference. Not when you're kind of building, just placing down some pillars, you won't be seeing it, but for this one it worked out. And yeah, maybe something to talk about, this area will be having a lot of residentials. And my thoughts on this one were that this would be the old industrial port, and it would be kind of an area that they would need to fill in, and the industrials would be pushed outside of the city, and they will be outside of the city once, they will be on the other side of the river. And the reason for this is that I think this would be kind of a realistic place for them. And yes. So here I'm placing just all the stuff down below, and it is just quite fun for me because it's kind of a little puzzle for me, and it is always hard to try to get them not to clip in too much or just to hide the clipping beneath the market stands, but it worked out in the end quite well, so I'm very happy about this. There was just looking for the elevation because it was kind of weird sometimes, but it worked out in the end, so I won't be talking too much about it, but this was kind of a small problem with this whole thing there. Worked out in the end, so yes. Here close to the street I didn't want it to have any market stands because this would be kind of dangerous, so I've used it for some more storage space. Added in some more crates, quite a lot of crates actually, but the thoughts of them are that they are maybe packed in there and cooled in there so that they would keep fresh and just also taste good in the end. And yes, so we are right now just kind of finished up with the props for the two sides, and now I thought about, okay, I need to get in some more residential areas, and for this one I've started with this plot here. And the reason for this is it is close to the fishing market. I want to have kind of this small, how do you want to call them? I think the best name for them would be that we would call them small clusters, and these small clusters I will be working on them, and then later on I will be connecting them. And my next project is kind of to work more on this small cluster and later on connect it to the downtown. Because I've already prepared it with a lot of higher buildings here, as you can see there, and it is just kind of already a bit higher than the normal residential areas. So this is just kind of the look that I was aiming for here, and I was just wanting to work with some weird angles because it just gives me a challenge, and I just like challenging myself for building, because it just kind of fits my hobby, and I think I'm not too bad at it. So in some parts I'm extremely bad, but in others I'm quite well actually, so this is just something that I love doing. Also I love detailing the nature, so if you're watching me already a bit longer, you know that my favorite part about this game is just building nature, and I actually could build a safe where I'm just only building nature and not even building a city, just because I just like it so much. I'm sorry for my voice right now, it is just kind of breaking right now. I was working the whole day and now I'm home, so my voice isn't the best right now about it. It is working out fine for now, I think. Here I'm just doing a small apartment block with some parking lots and just kind of making a small plaza with some trees and just some bushes, I'm sorry. And the reason for this is that I just like the look of it, and that I thought about, yeah, this might be looking quite good, and I just like the look of it later on. So then I'm just making some smaller bushes and some grass patches. I'm using them from Runny because I just like the look of them. And yes, so this is basically what I'm doing there, that I was achieving there, and I had a lot of fun doing it. Here I'm just making a small pathway in front of it because the stairs would be going right into the bushes, but this wouldn't be working out, so I've used the grass once again, just placed some bushes and said, yep, detailing is finished for this area. Was kind of lazy, but I think it worked out, so I think it didn't look too ugly. Here, these are also the patterns that we'll be using for the fishing market. There I've basically got my own idea from it, how I should use it for the fishing market. Because I knew I wanted to make a tile there, but I wasn't sure which one, and then I thought, wait, maybe this one could work. It is kind of a detailed one, but it isn't too detailed, and you can easily enter a row with them without having the problems of one being half split or something like this. So this was my kind of goal there, and I just liked how it turned out. And yeah, so we will be right now just adding in some lamp posts, just kind of to get in some more light in there and just to get this whole thing brighter. And I think it worked out quite well. So yes, here I'm just adding in some more apartment blocks. We will be switching them off later on, but they're just kind of for me to give myself an idea how I want to detail this whole area. And yeah, this is just kind of the the kind of area where I also got the idea to make a train line going next to this main road. And the reason for this is that this would be kind of a good way of integrating it, and this one might be going with a loop connected to the other one later on. I've right now got an idea for that. Actually, right now at this moment I haven't thought about it. Maybe there will be a loop that is going to be connected to the bigger one, to the regional one. But we will have to see how this turns out. I haven't built anything about it right now. So this is actually the last time that I've played the game. You can see it right now. So I can't just tell you what I'm doing there and not what I will be planning and what I'll be doing in the next episode. Well, I can say what I'm planning, but it doesn't help you that much. So yes, here I just built a small warehouse with the Japanese ones. The reason for this is that I just thought about getting some fish cooled in here would be very useful. So I just did it there. And yeah, it worked out quite well. I'm very happy about it. So yes, here I'm just adding in some more apartment blocks, and I have some problems with people living in my city because I don't have too many of them, and when I got more of them they suddenly all die. So I have to take a look there for the needs. Maybe I didn't watch on some of them, but I will have to do this off camera, and hopefully we'll be fixing it. When it's a power shortage or something like this, we will definitely be building it in an episode, but if it's just kind of a not connected grid, I will be doing it by myself off camera. But yes, so it's just kind of that I quite like what he did there, so I'm very happy about how this whole thing turned out. And we will be having more stuff like this in our whole city, so this would be I would be quite happy to have it there. And yeah, so there I just added in some more stuff, and then there now I will be just copy pasting it here to get it quicker, and now we're adding the tiling for the floor, but this isn't too special, it's just me adding decals, but I'm just kind of here always looking at the other city and how it is turning out together, and this could be looking very good once it's connected. So this is something that I'm looking forward to and that I would be very happy once I've made it. Also just making some smaller lots like this one, I just enjoy doing stuff like this. So this is some things that I might be doing more often in this series from now on, I'm sorry. And yes, so yeah, this is basically what I would say there. And this whole thing is incredibly good looking, so I'm very happy about it, and I definitely think that we can be building a lot more in this city. I've got a lot more ideas, so there will be definitely more episodes in this whole area. And yeah, so there I'm just making a small coffee area, and nothing too much detail, just some tables with some chairs. Not something extremely fancy stuff like this, but it works out for me. Here I'm just making another parking lot, and the reason for this is that we have 0 parking in this whole area, and this would be extremely bad for the people living there. So I've just did a very small detailing, but very happy with the detailing. So this kind of nature detailing, I just like it, and it is working out fine for me and for the kind of look for the city. And yeah, so there I'm just filling in another gap with more fish. We've got a lot of fish stored there, so they have to do a lot of fishing there. But yeah, this might be also realistic, so I thought about, yeah, I will be doing it like this. And I'm right now already recording 23 minutes, holy shit. But you can see a traffic jam out of ambulances. I will have to fix this. This would be just kind of, you would be adding a lot of ambulance stuff in the city and emergency stuff into the city and not outside of the city, so you don't have too much traffic going around. But this is a thing for another episode. And yeah, today we're just adding in here more fish, adding the tiling, and then just getting this whole area ready and adding in something like a small train station and stuff like this. So I will be keeping you with this stuff alone. I will be now saying goodbye to you. Thank you for watching the video until this point. Please enjoy the rest of the video, and if you want to build something specific or just something like this, please once again write it down in the comments down below. And yeah, thank you if you already do. And if you are new to my channel, I appreciate if you also consider subscribing to me. I'm trying to have my upload schedule once a week, and yeah, so I would appreciate if you would sub to me, and if you actually do, thank you. And hopefully see another video of mine. Have a great day, and bye!